Hey again, footy fans. I'm Finny, and this is FootyFin, my new YouTube channel analysing all things NRL and occasionally other lesser codes, such as that other rugby code featured in my previous post, etc. Now, listen, I'm going to keep this probably brief. I did notice that in my last couple of posts yesterday, I really got on a roll there in both of them and just waffled on. Went on for over 10 minutes. Is that too much? Is it too much? I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it was probably a bit too long. Anyway, listen, this is just a brief. It's Wednesday night now, so already only 24 or so hours to go, and we're into round 2 of the 2023 NRL season. So just a quick taster, a quick degustation plate, a quick sample over a couple of the matchups, and it's quite a mouth-watering prospect, let me tell you. So listen, Thursday night, we've got a rematch of the 2021 NRL Grand Final. The Panthers up against the Rabbitohs. Rabbitohs, of course, had a win in round 1. And listen, let me just go back very briefly to that 2021 NRL Grand Final. It happened to be at Lang Park, aka Suncorp Stadium, due to COVID, etc. You might say the Panthers were lucky to come away with a narrow 2-point win because an injured Adam Reynolds in his final ever game for his beloved Rabbitohs sadly missed a difficult conversion from the sideline. I think that was a groin injury from memory. So anyway, there is a fierce rivalry between these two clubs, and of course on that night, the 2021 decider, Latrell Mitchell, the Bunnies' blockbusting fullback, was out due to suspension. So one can only wonder what might have happened if he was with the Bunnies that night. But he will be there tomorrow night. Eel Sharks, the early Friday game, but another mouth-watering prospect, 7 p.m. Or 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Friday night. The Broncos host the Cowboys. A rematch of the 2015 NRL Grand Final, a tightly fought contest that I touched on briefly yesterday in a previous post. The Broncos are at home. It's Lang Park, aka Suncorp Stadium. Cowboys, of course, very strong season last season. Narrowly missed out on a grand final berth when they were picked. A bit surprisingly, at home in Townsville by the Eels in that grand final qualifier. This is always a tough battle. There have been some epic derbies here over the years. Golden Points, that grand final I just mentioned, narrow margins. I think there were several matchups between them over the years that went by consecutively where the margin was less than 6 points. So it does promise to be a very great contest, and indeed it will be interesting because, as I said, over the years the Broncos Cowboys has been seen as something of a Queensland derby. Of course, the Broncos Titans is sometimes called the Battle of the M1, the motorway that joins the two. But it will be interesting to see what happens this year when with the introduction of the Dolphins, and that effectively becomes a Greater Brisbane Region derby. And that's going to be happening in just a couple of weeks on Friday, the 24th of March. Cannot wait for that one. Saturday's early game is the Roosters v the Warriors, which is always a bit of an interesting battle because over the years, going back at least as far as the 1980s with Hugh McGahn, etc., and then Quinton Pongia in the 90s, the Roosters have had a bit of a Kiwi contingent, and so there's a bit of a connection there. And of course, the Roosters have a few current Kiwi internationals, e.g. Jared Waerea-Hargreaves, Joey Manu, amongst others. So that'll be an interesting battle. Dolphins at home against the Raiders. Can they back up their stunning debut from last Sunday? Storm Bulldogs. West Tigers v the Knights at the magical Colts home ground of Leichhardt Oval. It looks, I'm currently in negotiations, but I may well have a correspondent at that game at Leichhardt. to give his in-depth analysis and including analysis of the atmosphere there. And then the Dragons Titans Sunday night. Yeah, okay, whatever. Sorry, lads. No. Look, Dragons in a bit of trouble already. Already some talk around the traps of the future of Anthony Griffin as their coach, but and of course there was a recent incident in Mudgee that's been talked about. But listen, we'll leave that for another day. Look, that's my quick wrap. Again, I've already rabbled on for over 5 minutes. Going to tie it up. Thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe. I'm new to this game. I need all the help I can get. Comment. Love your work. Talk to you again soon. Yours in NRL and all things NRL and sometimes other codes. FootyFin tuning out for now. See ya.